In this video, I will demonstrate how you can use WOTS to quickly get an overview of the amount of retesting you are performing in your production. And for this example, I'll be using the periodic yield report, which is found under the reporting module, and the reporting list, and you can find it under yield, periodic yield. And using this filter, I can narrow down my search, but in this case, I will use a clear blank filter. I will look at the last 30 days of data, and I will look at the data in weekly grouping. Apply the filter, and then this grid will be loaded with one row for each week, showing the volume and the yield metrics for each week. Scrolling down will show the yield chart, displaying the same data in a visual form. And scrolling all the way down will reveal the past in run chart. Here you can see it states expand a row in the grid to view data. So let's go back up to the grid, and here you can see that we have some icons that we can use to expand and collapse these rows. So let's look at last week's data, week 34, and expand this row. And now we can see one row for each product tested within this period. Scrolling down to the yield chart, this will also change to show one bar for each product within week 34. And scrolling all the way down, we can now find the populated past in run chart. And here we can see that out of all these units that were tested and passed within this period, 196 of them were tested twice. They passed in the second run. 48 passed in the third run, 10 passed in the fourth run, 6 passed in the fifth run, and 4 units passed in the sixth run. You can click on this bar to navigate to any other report if you want to investigate the data. And in this case, I will look at these 4 units that were tested 6 times. So I'll click this bar, and I want to go to the serial number history to look at what actually happened to these units. And in the serial number history, we can now see these 4 units, and here we can also expand and collapse these rows to look at the history for the individual units. So let's look at the last one in this list, expand this, and we can see the number of tests. So it's failed, failed, and failed over again, and then finally passed in the 6th run. Same thing with this one, it's failed, and here we have a repair operation, and then it's passed in the end.